Now, a day after the United States conducted a retaliatory drone strike on ISIS in eastern Afghanistan, United States President Joe Biden has now fears of more terror strike at Kabul airport. Biden has said that it is highly likely that another terror attack on civilians and troops will take place in the next 24 to 36 hours. This comes as the United States has begun its final withdrawal from the war-torn country. Less than 4,000 US troops are still in Kabul and will be evacuated by the 31st of August. Biden reiterated that evacuation won't be affected and further security measures are being taken and warns of more strikes if at all its assets are targeted. The United States has also urged all Americans who are at the vicinity there of Kabul airport to leave the area immediately because of specific credible threat. The warning says that United States citizens should avoid traveling to the airport and avoid all airport gates at this time. Now, even as Taliban assures people of moderate government in Afghanistan, reports now suggest that the Islamist militant group continues to brutally kill innocent people. According to reports, a folk singer, Fawad Andrabi, was shot dead by the Taliban in Afghanistan's Andrab region near Panjshir Valley that harbors a resistance force rejecting Taliban rule. Local media outlet Aswaka News quoted former Interior Minister Masood Andrabi to confirm this news here. In fact, time after time, Taliban has reiterated their stand against artists. They have said music will be banned in public places in Afghanistan. No kind of entertainment will be allowed if it's not under the Sharia law. Now, Afghanistan is on the verge of collapse after Taliban takeover of the country. With the Afghan currency now tumbling, food prices are rising. Even banks continue to remain closed. Some Kabul residents now have protested in Kabul. Let's take a quick look at this ground report.
Afghans took to the streets in Kabul on Saturday. Unhappy, an eyewitness said that banks have largely remained closed since the Taliban swept back into power. Concerns are growing in the capital over an impending financial crisis. The Taliban's takeover has sent the Afghani currency tumbling, and with many banks shut and food prices rising quickly, daily life is becoming more difficult. Elsewhere in the city, trader Safiullah Nazari said people are grateful for good security, but that financial problems are more dangerous than insecurity.
If the situation continues and employees of the government don't get their salaries and a businessman cannot get his money from the bank for trading, the result of this is very horrible. And there will be poverty in society as well, and no one can solve that issue.
Nazari said the Taliban had promised earlier in the week to reopen banks. Elsewhere in the Afghan capital, Taliban roadblocks prevented people from accessing the airport following a massive suicide attack on Thursday. Overnight, the US launched a drone strike against an Islamic State target in retaliation for the attack, in which 13 US service members and up to 170 others were killed.
Now, Farmers' Mahapanchayat is currently underway in Haryana's New district, a day after farmers' protest turned violent in Karnal on Saturday. Angry farmers demanded for removal of Karnal SDM Ayush Sinha, who was caught on camera giving directions to the police officers to pick up lathis and break the heads of protesters. They also demand an investigation into yesterday's police lathi charge in which several farmers suffered injuries. Meanwhile, farmer leader Rakesh Tikait attacks the BJP government, comparing it with the Taliban. He said that the country has been taken over by the state-run government Taliban. He further added that Taliban commanders are present in the country, like Karnal SDM, who gave orders to break heads of protesting farmers. On Saturday, Karnal police lathi charged the protesting farmers there after they gathered to protest against the visit of Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar over the upcoming municipal polls. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi, Punjab Chief Minister Amrinder Singh, Samyukta Kisan Morcha accused Haryana government of unleashing brutality on farmers unwarranted.
हमने कहा कि देश पे सरकारी तालिबानों का कब्जा हो चुका है। देश में सरकारी तालिबानों के कमांडर मौजूद है। इन कमांडरों की पहचान करनी पड़ेगी। ये जो आदेश दिया सिर्फ फोड़ने का, वही तो कमांडर है।
संयुक्त किसान मोर्चा has demanded that this officer should be Mr. Ayush Sinha. He should actually be called Ayush Sar Phodo Sinha. he should be dismissed.
आज इंसिडेंटली एक सिचुएशन ऐसी डेवलप हो गई है, जैसे करनाल की भी बात कर रहे हैं, कि देश में जमहूरियत को, डेमोक्रेसी को बचाना भी इनहेरेंटली इस आंदोलन के साथ जुड़ गया है। और अब ये तय किया है कि हर एक स्टेट में, हर एक गांव-गांव तक संयुक्त किसान मोर्चा की इकाइयां होंगी और आंदोलन को इंटेंसिफाई और मजबूत किया जाएगा।
पूरे देश और दुनिया से हमें कॉल आ रहा था कि इसको परमानेंटली बंद कर दो पूरी सड़कों को, लेकिन हमने फिर भी तय किया था कि हम ब्लॉक तब तक रखेंगे जब तक हमारे साथी जो डिटेन हुए हैं उनको छोड़ा नहीं जाता। आज 12 से 2 बजे तक पूरा पंजाब जो रोड ब्लॉक रहेगा। हरियाणा में भी आज इंद्रजीत ने बताया पूरे हरियाणा डिस्ट्रिक्ट में इसकी भर्त्सना के लिए रैलीज और डेमोन्स्ट्रेशंस हो रहे हैं।
It's almost 9 months since farmers are protesting in the country against the farm laws that was passed in 2020. Because of that, there's a Mahapanchayat that's been called today in New Haryana, where farmer leaders like Rakesh Tikait, Yogendra Yadav and Darshan Pal Singh are expected to arrive. There are people who are still waiting to arrive here at the spot. As you can see, the crowd is still not arrived, but we're learning that this event will start from 12 p.m. Today. What we also do understand that this is extremely significant at the backdrop of that protest that took place in Karnal, where the SDM was seen asking to lathi charge on protesting farmers. Whether or not there will be any statement officially taken by all the leaders who will be coming in the Panchayat today is something to be seen. With video journalist Ritesh, this is Shreya Chatterjee for India Today.
Now let's take a quick listen into Karnal SDM who told the police officials there to pick up lathis and break the heads of the protesters. Here's what he said.
सिंपल है, जो भी हो यहाँ से इससे कोई भी नहीं जाएगा वहाँ। इसी तरह का स्पष्ट कर देता हूँ, सर छोड़ देना। हाँ, कहाँ नहीं है सर? मैं ड्यूटी मैजिस्ट्रेट और लिखित में बता रहा हूँ। कितने लट मारना? कोई डाउट? मारोगे? कोई जाएगा इसको बीच करके? जब लो यहाँ से एक बंदा नहीं जाना चाहिए यार, मेरे पास आए नहीं यार। और अगर क्लियर हो तो उसका सर फुटा होना चाहिए किसी का। ठीक है, क्लियर है ना आपको? ठीक है।
Now, the Indian Council of Historical Research is currently facing wrath for the opposition, in fact, from the opposition there, for excluding former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru's image from its Azadi Ki Amrit Mahotsav digital poster. Congress leaders termed this move as atrocious and petty, saying the exclusion amounted to injustice, as no country removes the first Prime Minister from a poster or freedom struggle. Lashing out at the ruling BJP, Congress MP Gaurav Gogoi has said the country will not forget that the RSS chose to stay away from the Indian freedom movement. Hours after the Congress launched a scathing attack, the ICHR issued a clarification saying no one is trying to undermine Nehru's contribution to freedom struggle. The council assured to rectify the problem within 2 days' time. In fact, the controversy began on Friday when several leaders of the Congress party shared screenshots of the digital poster on the ICHR website. The poster carried photographs of freedom fighters, including Mahatma Gandhi. However, there was no mention of the country's first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru. Now, Kerala continues to remain the COVID epicenter, with daily case count crossing the 30,000 mark for the 4th straight day. Pinarayi Vijayan government has now imposed night curfew across the state from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. The Chief Minister, Pinarayi Vijayan, claims the COVID surge aggravated during Onam rush, but maintained the government was taking measures to contain the spread. Now, this decision here comes at least 2 days after the centre's suggestion to Kerala government to explore the option of night curfew in the areas of high positivity. In fact, the state on Saturday reported 31,265 fresh cases of COVID-19, while 153 patients succumbed to the infection in just the last 24 hours. Kerala, which was a state which did quite a great job, in fact, in curbing the COVID-19 cases right during the first wave, has now come under severe fire over relentless surge in COVID-19 cases.
In Kerala, we are trying to manage it using vaccination. If you are going to manage it using vaccination, that means the natural infections are prevented and the death will be very much less. Whether you account it or not, the death happened in Kerala is much less.
Now, United States hospitals is overwhelmed as COVID-19 cases and deaths surge amid the Delta crisis. Cases have climbed as the Delta variant in the United States has weakened vaccine efficacy. In fact, the epidemic situation in the United States has gotten much worse. In fact, Georgia has been quite hit due to political divergence, medical resource shortage. United States COVID-19 hospitalization is today at the highest level since January as infections surge. Over the last 24 hours period, 2,47,000 new COVID-19 cases and 2,700 more deaths were reported. And according to these official figures, these reports have just come in. The efficacy of the major COVID-19 vaccines in the United States has dropped as per reports. And the spread of this highly transmissible Delta variant is also affecting the medical resources in many states of the United States. Now, the accumulative tally of COVID-19 cases in the United States has topped 3.8 crores as surging Delta-driven infections now and the deaths have overwhelmed the medical facilities across North American country. For more information on that, you could log on to indiatoday.in. You could also download our app for more. Stay tuned. News and updates, a special report of India Today coming up next.